but I don't like the awful
Oh my god, this is spicy. It's spicy.
It's okay. I eat spicy, but I don't like spicy. Do you like spicy?
Sing. Now we wait. This is my Friday dinner. Welcome to another vlog. This is gonna be a shorter vlog where I will talk about South Korea, everything that I did in South Korea, what I wanted to do in South Korea before I got there, what things I did when I actually got there that I hadn't planned, and things that I wish I had done, and things that next time I go to South Korea, because I'll be going to South Korea again hopefully soon, I would want to do or do again. So welcome to another vlog. Thank you for staying on the other side. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Oh my god, I can't imagine. It's so hot. It must be so hot.
Make it cheesy. Mix it. Mix.
I hope I haven't put too much water. Oh, I can smell the cheese. But I think I'm afraid I might have put too much water. That's why this is so liquid. It's supposed to look like this. Why is it not looking like this? Can someone explain? Did I put too much water? Oh, I ruined it.
I think you put it a little bit water. I think you had to put a little bit more.
Hey, fuck. Guys, I made the tteokbokki that I got when I was in Seoul from the convenience store, and it's a pretty mess because this is meant to be like cheesy. Where's the cheese? Yeah, just watery, and I literally feel like everything I own now is from South Korea. Like this, I got this when I was at the Airbnb. Literally everything I own now is like everything I'm using, everything I have right now is from South Korea. It's like I don't want to admit that I've left that, you know, them back in boring grey UK. But for dinner today, I made tteokbokki from the convenience store I got while I was there, and I'm going to use the cutlery I got. I say cutlery, I say the chopsticks. While I tell you about South Korea, if you haven't heard yet, or if you don't know yet, I went to South Korea for 2 weeks, which wasn't enough, and it was a solo trip. It was me, myself, and I, and God was there because God is always there. And I literally bought the plane ticket a month before I went. As I said, enough is enough. As the time is my dream and no one else's dream, so I should chase my dreams and offer other people to come with me for my dreams to chase my dreams with me. So South Korea is my dream country, as well as Brazil. It was time to go to South Korea, and I decided to go on my own because for over 10 years I've been watching dramas, and I just like the culture, I like the food, I like the language, I like the people, I like the dramas, I like the music. Like, there's not a single thing I don't like about South Korea. Well, there are a few things I don't like about South Korea, but most things I like. So I decided time is time. So a month before the 10th of January, I booked my plane ticket, and as I said, enough is enough. I'm gonna go with or without friends and family, because I always had people telling me, oh yeah, I'll go to South Korea with you, we'll go together. And well, that never happened, did it? So I packed my bags, I packed the money I had, converted it into Korean won, went to London, and I made it happen. Okay, so now before I went to South Korea, I planned everything. When I say not everything, but the most important things, I planned everything. I'll add here, but I had a list of all the things I wanted to eat, all the neighborhoods I wanted to visit, and what I wanted to visit in each neighborhood. I wrote down the activities I wanted to do. I wrote down everything. There was a list for everything. I'm a person of lists. In my life, there's a list for everything. You know, when I get married, my wedding's planned. I have a list with the name of my future kids. I have a list with countries I have visited, countries I want to visit. You know, I have a list. Like, I'm a list person. I am that friend who has a list for everything. And I am not, what's the word? I'm not afraid to say it. Like, you know, people need lists, you know, for stability. So for stability, and to know exactly, just to keep reminding myself what I wanted to do, and to have like that list where you could just tick things off, and it makes you feel so good. It's like, yeah, I've done this, yeah, I've done that. You know, when you go food shopping and you just like, yeah, I got the chicken, yeah, I got the pasta, yeah, I got the tomato sauce. It just makes you feel accomplished, and that's what I wanted. So before going to South Korea, I planned everything I wanted to do to go and see. And when I got there, I made sure I did those things. So one of the first things I did when I got to South Korea was to go to the convenience store to get things uyu, which means milk. It comes with it's on straw, and you like literally don't open the lid, don't make it's a crime. So you just tap it like that, and then you drink it. This one is a light flavor, but they have banana, vanilla, and strawberry. I think strawberry is my favorite. It was also the first one I called from the convenience store at the airport. It's like a dream come true. And this is the last one from the few I brought from South Korea with me. So Oyu was on my list. Tteokbokki was on my list, and on my first night I went to Myeongdong. I was staying in Dongdaemun, so I went to Myeongdong, and I got some tteokbokki from this couple, street food, and it was so yummy, so a little bit spicy, so hot, and it was so freezing as well. So it was one of my first meals I had in South Korea, was tteokbokki and uyu. So it only makes sense for me to have these things in this video, even though tteokbokki is not exactly how I wanted it, but still. So as I said, I had a list for everything. In terms of food, I really wanted to eat I wanted to eat hot dog. Hot dog is honey, again, street food. It's like honey pancake. And when I was in Busan, there was this place, again, there was this family selling it, and it was so good. I think it became my favorite Korean snack, sweet snack. It's so, like, I normally don't like honey, but the honey hot dog is just nice. And it was like only 2-won, like crazy.
Where's the honey?
I also wanted to eat the pancake, which I can't remember the name now, but I'll add it here later. So I went to the market, the Gwanja market, and the Nangdaemun market too. Especially the Gwanja market is very famous. So I went there and I had gimbap, not bibimbap, gimbap, and then I had the pancake as well. I didn't really finish it. I find it quite oily and too much for me. Like, I didn't finish it. But gimbap became one of the things that I ate all the time. You go to a convenience store, get gimbap, get a drink, and then off I go. That's my girl dinner. I also wanted to try Korean pizza because it's different, because it just adds the most random toppings. So finally, I feel like say maybe 4 days before I had to return to the UK, I was like, I was in a rush, like I have to eat those things So I finally found the place near where I was staying. It was coincidence, God's hand. I felt it in that moment. So I found a place where they were selling Korean pizza, because I found places that where they did pizza in Korea, but they're like margarita. Like, I'm not here for margarita, guys. I found a place where they were selling Korean pizza, and I ordered a half. Essentially half. I got half prawns, half corn, but the corn, it was the actual, like, it wasn't like, you know, corn in the cob. Like, it kind of was corn in the cob. Like, it was chunks of the corn together, you know. It wasn't like small ones. And then the other half had like a lot of cheese and I think ham or bacon. And it was a bit cheesy for me. But the half with prawns and corn was so yummy. I wish my pizza had just chosen the whole pizza to just have those toppings. So it was really good. Korean food in general, I found it to be very tasty and everything I wanted and more, and everything I imagined and everything I saw in dramas. But I also found it to be like not full of flavor. The meal that I ate and had a lot of flavor was the jjajangmyeon. Again, the jjajangmyeon was literally the last thing from my list that I was able to eat, and I literally ate it on Friday. I was leaving on Sunday, and on Friday I went to Motsinsa, which is like the equivalent of Uniqlo in Korea, and I asked the store assistant, do you know anywhere here where I can eat jjajangmyeon? I was craving it because I love pickled radish, and normally you have jjajangmyeon with pickled radish. And then she told me, oh yeah, there's a place. So she put on Naver for me, which is like, they don't use Google Maps there, they use Naver. So, and it was literally 4 minutes away from the store. I was like, oh my god, again, I thought God's hand. So I went to that place. It was shivering, and I got there. Oh my god, the service was amazing. Owned by a couple. I don't think they're Chinese, but jjajangmyeon is like a Korean Chinese dish. It's like literally black noodles with that radish that I mentioned, yellow. I love it. I ate tons of it in Korea, and it was literally, as soon as I put the food in my mouth, I was just like, oh my god, you know, food orgasm. Yeah, I had one. Jjajangmyeon was the only meal I ate in South Korea that gave me jjajangmyeon, that gave me a food orgasm. It was full of flavor. It was so tasty. And the service was amazing, and I had beer with it. Like, I could not Korean beer. It's just, sometimes in life all you need, especially after a day of shopping, carrying bags, is cold beer. And then something else I had was obviously the famous Korean barbecue. I had sangsamyeon, which is pork belly. Next time I'll have galbi, which is ribs. I didn't have ribs. I went for the jjajangmyeon. The service, again, amazing. South in Busan, that place was just so cozy. It was just me. After the lunch hour, they looked after me. They couldn't speak English, but like, we used Google Translate. They made sure, like, they advised, oh no, have the meat first, and then after you have the meat, then have some paste stew and then some rice. I think that's how Koreans do it. I'm like, okay, you're telling me all the secrets. So I love that. Something else that I had on my list for in terms of food, and I had bibimbap, bulgogi. Something that I didn't have on the list but I ate was porridge. I had Korean porridge, which abalone was really nice. Again, like every restaurant I went, they really took a look after me, even though we couldn't, there was a language barrier. They always found a way to try to help me, and they knew like a few words in English. So that, again, South Korean people really took care of me. But there was one thing on the list that I didn't eat, which was hangover soup. In Korean dramas, when they're hangover, they always have like this soup that supposedly help them, and yeah, I didn't eat that. Couldn't find it. And something that I didn't add on the list but I wanted to eat was rolled omelets. So my last night, literally my last meal sitting down in Korea, I was able to get some rolled omelet again from a restaurant from very near where I was staying, the Airbnb where I was staying. Again, I felt God's hand constantly. And then in terms of things I wanted to do and up on my list, I really wanted to go to the, for example, do the DMZ tour. So essentially to go to the area where you can see North Korea, where it's close, the separation, you know, North Korea, South Korea. So I went on that tour and it was so nice. The guide, she was, I learned her name, it was Yoni, and she was so nice in the throughout the whole tour. Like she remembered my name. She was always calling me, saying like Maureen this. And then I had so many questions about, I needed to know about like what's actually happening in North Korea and South Korea. Is there going to be a unification? North Korea apparently support country and South Korea support them financially a lot, and then once North Korea has the money, they say them bye-bye, don't talk to them for months. Also, they don't really like South Koreans and Americans. We also had a chance to speak to a defector, a woman who not abandoned, but she ran away from North Korea in 2015. I asked questions, other people asked her question. I was so close to North Korea, like literally so close. I could see through binoculars, but it's also, there's a lot of security. The guy told, she was like, guys, don't take pictures, no videos. Last time this guy did this and he was deported and he was horrible. Don't do this, listen to me, let's have a good tour. So yeah, that was really good. Something I also wanted to do was to go to a Korean sauna. Guys, when I tell you, if you ever get a chance to go to South Korea, go to a sauna, because it's something unbelievable. I got there and I saw, obviously you get there, you pay, they give you clothes, because everyone kind of wear the same sauna clothes, like shorts in the top and 2 towels, orange for women and blue for men. They gave me that, and then I had to get changed. When I got there, every woman was walking around naked, and I was like, guys, I'll be honest, I hadn't shaved enough for that, so I just wasn't ready. So I got there and every woman was naked, and then I was like, well, if they're naked, I'm gonna get naked too. You need to be fully naked to go into the bath part of the sauna with the hot scalding water, and then you have the area with like lukewarm water, and then you have like the ice bath, and then you have the actual saunas, like, you know, so again, fully naked. And there I met like an American girl who lives in Taiwan. She was explaining how they do things there, because she's quite familiar, she's been once, and she was telling me, it was nice talking to her. And then just like in Korean dramas, you see there's a food court, you get dressed, then there's this communal sauna. I didn't get to go there. And then there's a room where you just sleep, and the floor is heated. Amazing. I had such a good nap there. Koreans are really advanced, because I need that type of sauna in the country where I live. And then I went and I had food with American girl who lives in Taiwan, and she told me everything about like how it's like living in Taiwan. Like we had a really good time. I had some bulgogi, and then I had japchae, which is glass noodles, and then I had cold noodles. Oh my god, cold noodles was not on my list, but it was so yummy and cold. They were like chunks of ice in my noodles. I was like, hence the name. Something else that I plan to do in South Korea, and I did, was to go to Busan and go to the Jalgaisi market, which is, I was staying so close to that Jalgaisi market in a lovely apartment with a great view of, you know, the market and the port. And yeah, the Jalgaisi market, I really wanted to go. I saw on TikTok that you go there and you pick the seafood you want to eat, clams, prawns, crabs, whatever it is you want to eat, scallops, and then they take it upstairs to the restaurant and they cook it for you. So you know that the seafood you eat is the one that you picked, or the amount you picked. So that is glorious. Once again, I was treated like the queen in South Korea, like, because they know, they could sense it the whole time I was there. Like, the seafood was so nice. I was taken to a restaurant. I felt like the waitresses, they really took care of me. Like, I even got like sauce all over my clothes because I was wearing white that day. Such a ridiculous day to wear white when you're eating spicy marinated crabs. And I had like sauce on my nose, on my face. And then and obviously in South Korea you wear like a bib. Don't get your clothes dirty. I still managed to get my clothes dirty. And she literally with the napkin, she was like cleaning my nose, my face, and I'm like, you don't have to, but she was so sweet. She was taking pictures of me when I asked, obviously, because I wanted to remember that. And I ate the marinated crabs that I went there for. I ate the clams, and I ate the, is it scallops? I think it's scallops. I didn't really like scallops. I think once again, seasoning. As a black person, I think Korean food could do sometimes with a bit more seasoning, but overall it's tasty and edible. The marinated crabs, they were cold. I didn't want the cold ones. I think I picked the wrong ones from the menu, the wrong option, but they were quite expensive. I think they were 55,000 won, which is no 45, which is like 20 something pounds, and they were not spicy. Like, I don't know, it just wasn't spicy. And then I had soju the first night, but then I realized in Korea I'm really not gonna force it. I don't like soju, but makgeolli, which is fermented rice wine, yeah, anytime. I literally had a whole bottle to myself because someone was kind enough to pay for, like, buy me a bottle of makgeolli. They're like, what do you want to eat? Sangyangnim, which is like, it means boss, and they're just fascinated by me and my love by the culture and the fact that I could speak Korean. So they bought me a bottle of makgeolli, and I had like, he had like a bit of it. We did like tang, which is like cheers, the equivalent. We talked for a bit, and then the whole bottle was for me. I couldn't just waste it when that man spent his money. So yeah, I had that. I also wanted Korean fried chicken, of course. Oh my god, so yummy. And fun fact, they don't really use their hands to eat food like chicken in Korea. They use gloves, or they use like kind of tongs. I brought the tongs with me. It was so yummy. And when I had the fried chicken first time in Busan BHC, which apparently I did the research before going to South Korea, BHC is one of like the franchises that like make good fried chicken in Korea. So I had sutok, which is tteokbokki plus sausage, and then they put like this cheesy powder. Oh my god, one of the best things I ate over there. Again, it wasn't on the list, but it was so good. Honestly, I know I planned everything, even going to Hongdae Beach, getting on the colorful tram, which I ended up not going. I know I wrote down a list with everything I wanted to do, but this trip never ceased to surprise me. Every moment, every day, people that I came across, situations that I came across, God's blessing, God's hand. And it just shows that sometimes you can plan as much as you want, but things will not go your way. But this time things went my way. It didn't go my way sometimes, but for the best, for the better. I had such a good experience in South Korea. Even though I was solo traveling, I was so happy that I was there. I was living my dream by myself. I wasn't, you know, financially, I feel like I wasn't ready for that trip, but I made the effort. And do I regret it? No. Did I come back with a big hole on my savings? Of course I did. But I'll do it again, 1,000 times again. I had the time of my life. I really want to go back. I liked everything about South Korea, but there's so much more I want to tell you, but I don't want to make, because I could talk about South Korea for hours. Do you want tteokbokki 먹어볼래? 안녕 여러분. Well, I'm trying to think of more things I planned to do, and I did. I went to a lot of like neighborhoods. I wanted to go to Myeongdong. I wanted to go to Seonggu. I wanted to go to the Gyeongbok Palace. I wanted to go to like where the statue of the king that came up with the Korean alphabet, and I did all of that. Different, like I wanted to go to Myeongdong. I wanted to get like my nails done, and I got my nails done in South Korea. I wanted to go to a clinic and get some skin treatment. I wanted to go to Olive Young. Like literally everything I wanted to do, I did. That skin treatment, that clinic experience, it was so painful because they did extraction. Painful financially a little bit, but they did like an extraction, which essentially is just popping your pimples. Like my face was full of them at the time. So painful. and then the whole time I was like, I'll add a video here so you guys can laugh. And then she was asking, okay. I was like, no, okay. And then I had this massive one here, red. And then I saw that she was going to pop. I was like, no. And then she was like, no. I was like, yeah. Guys, oh my god, I could have screamed. But then I did like a laser. That was nice. Very refreshing. And they explained everything they were doing the whole time. And then I did like with cooling, like, oh my god, it was so good. But then because of that, I couldn't go to the sauna second time. I really wanted to go to the Korean sauna one last time and get my body scrubbed, because they do that as well if you pay 35,000 won, which is like 35,000 won, like 15 pounds something, maybe a bit less. Convenience store, obviously every day I was there. Ice cream, like ice drink, because I don't drink coffee, iced tea, that was an ice cream that I was obsessed with. Snacks like crisps, sweets, uyu, sweet potato. There is nothing that I wanted to eat in South Korea that I didn't eat, and then I came across things that I didn't even plan to, but they were there, and I was like, oh, I'm glad this is here, like rolled omelette. I had pastries, I had the matcha. The best matcha I had was a green tea matcha. It was I had sweet potato cake as well, a bit weird, but it was so nice. Like, I had everything I wanted to, so why wouldn't you jump on that plane and just go where you want to go? Why would you wait for people? I had the time of my life, and Korea is and will always be my dream country. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about South Korea or how I plan everything, by the way, I use the app Klook a lot to plan activities in South Korea. There's one activity I planned and I didn't do, which was going to Itaewon, which is like the not touristy but international neighborhood. There's a lot of international restaurants and international students who live around there. So I went to the area, but I had my last night there. I was gonna go to a bar, to a pub and meet some people and go clubbing and stuff, but I booked in Klook and I ended up not going. It was such a busy day. I had a lot to pack. I was stressed, I was hungry, I was tired, so I didn't do it. But next time Chris sees me, I'll go into Itaewon and Hongdae, and then someone's gonna ask me, are you open-minded? I was like, I knew. Tonun, open-minded, I knew. On you. But yeah, let me know if I have any question about South Korea, about the planning. I can go in more detail if you want another video about it. But honestly, I had the time of my life. I did everything I wanted to do, what I didn't plan to do. South Korea is really a dream. All the yummy food I ate, oh my god. Thank you for watching my video. Bye. Annyeong.